My name is Kenneth Bryan. I'm the Minister for Tourism and Ports in the Caymans, but I'm also the Chairman of the Caribbean Tourism Organization.
And here we are on day one of the Caribbean Travel Marketplace 42. Could you share with us some key takeaways so far?
Well, first off, Caribbean Hotel Tourism Organization is very important to our continued collaboration for the industry stakeholders. No different than talking to the airlines or talking to the tours. The hotels and properties are essential to the equation and the puzzle of delivering an experience. So it's always good to be here to discuss that. Some of the topics that we spoke about this morning and some of the presentations were really enlightening, talking about the analysis of data that we collect. The data analysis is essential to understanding how to respond appropriately to our customers. Things like, does the data always tell you the truth and the facts about what you think it is? How to solve problems? Are you solving problems that don't need fixing? And knowing how to solve the right problem and preparation. We also had a good panel discussion today talking about integration and togetherness in respect to the tourism product and its development. And one of the key things about that is that recognizing that you're doing a good job, but getting to the top in respect to the tourism product also takes maintaining that success. So making sure that we continue our collaboration, private and public sector together, collaborating, recognizing that we all have different interests, but compromise, policy development, education and understanding, not only for those within the industry, but those outside of it. Because like they say in tourism, everybody is in tourism business, whether they know it or not, because it's about quality of experience. And the experience means the environment and everything in it. So a lot of super analysis of where we are, understanding what's coming. Another big one that came up is technology and AI. How is that going to affect us? And I think that it's inevitable. It will change the world. So let us recognize it's going to change our industry and prepare for the changes, because all changes aren't good. Embrace those ones that are going to be projected to be really good and mitigate the negatives of it. And one of the key areas for me as chairman, on behalf of all the members I represent in the countries, is the concern about technology and AI affecting the human capital. Making sure we are aware of that, accept the benefits from it, but how do we mitigate the negatives from human capital, persons who work and live in this industry. So a lot we've talked about, a lot more to go, but excited to be a part of it as usual.
And this spirit of cooperation, or cooperation as you call it here, which I think is a great word, tell me about some of the real kind of milestones, achievements and successes from that.
Well, one of the things is many people thought that, the Caribbean success was only going to be reactionary to post-pandemic times. And I think it's good enough to say now that we're far enough away from it to recognize our growth and our success wasn't only because of rebound from not traveling for a while. And we continue that success. So it's about sustainability. There is a point of return on investment that you go to before you get diminishing returns. And identifying that together is important. So you're right, competing is a delicate way to do it, but the reason why we can do that is because we recognize that though we are the leaders in respect to the tourism industry globally, what we also recognize is there's a percentage out there that we don't have. So rather than I compete with you as colleagues within the region, let's go get somebody else's share. So that allows us not to be too much competing, but get more percentage rather than competing with the percentage that we have. And with that being the foundation of our understanding, it allows us to work together without competing interest.
Of course, the market for tourism is just growing and growing.
Yeah, well, naturally. As I said in the panel today, it's in our human element to discover, to explore. That's why we're at the top of the chain of the animal kingdom. So knowledge and understanding of other jurisdictions, what they're about, and as well as just leisure relaxation, will always allow tourism to be the key industry in the world. It will never go away. It will not be affected by the times. I mean, obviously, the pandemic has shown that diseases can cause dips in it for a period of time. But naturally, as soon as we recover from that, it'll go back because it's a human behavior. From when it was invented with planes and boats, human beings have been exploring ever since, and it hasn't stopped. So one thing we're happy about is that investors can know that you're going to be investing in an industry that will survive mankind in its time, or for as long as mankind is here, because of its human nature. So with that, we can sell the investment, the success, the opportunities that particular area is in the top region of tourism.
And switching hats very briefly to your ministerial role, give us a kind of perspective on the role and contribution that Cayman is making to this.
Well, Cayman is one of the top-notch destinations, if I dare say. And what our goal is always about our theme: quality over quantity equals to sustainability. Meaning understanding where our return of investment point is at before diminishing returns. So we're comfortable with what we deliver. We don't necessarily have to increase the numbers, but the quality of service. Marginal increases are good, but you don't want to do it that is detrimental to the foundation of what you have. And that's what we do in the Cayman Islands. It's a white glove approach, making sure that regardless of what price point you come in at, you get the same white glove approach. And that's what we're doing in the Cayman Islands. We're examining where the balances of sustainability. Do we have enough here? Do we want to transition to different areas of tourism, ecotourism, wellness tourism, knowing that it's not all about leisure. So we are all about analysis to make sure it's sustainable, not about just more, more, more. Of course, we would like more, but more for the right reasons. And we think we're doing a good job at that. Numbers are looking good, and we will continue down that path.
Minister, thank you for your time today.